I'm Levon Miller with Firepunk Diesel, and this is our brand new 70 Duster Pro Mod build. This is the Executioner motor. It's a 6.7 liter Cummins based platform that D&J Precision Machine put together. And the transmission is a 5-speed Liberty transmission with a tie drive and a Neil Chance 10.5 inch converter. So the transmission is something that's all new for this car. It's a little intimidating, but I really think it's going to be a step in the right direction once we get this thing figured out. The thought process, because of our limited RPM with the diesels, if we can run to 6,500 RPM with a 5-speed, it allows us to get a better starting line ratio, and then having smaller gear splits getting up to 1-to-1 drive in final drive. So we're really hoping that we can get the 60-foot to work just like a normal Pro Mod car does by just having a lower gear ratio in the transmission, a taller rear gear in the rear end, and still be able to not be RPM limited going out the back door. With the S10, we broke all the barriers that we wanted to get. We wanted to win a Pro Mod Points Championship. We did that a few times. We wanted to go threes, and we got a 3-second pass out of it. Going to the next level, we were looking at, we've cut that chassis apart and reworked it a couple times already, and every time you modify a chassis, it always goes back together with a couple more bars and a little heavier than what it would if you would just build it from scratch. And we kind of felt like really the next level, if you go from a 390 to a 380 to a 370, that we were handicapped by having the chassis that we had, because it was 20-year-old chassis that had been reworked, and that chassis is about 350 pounds heavier than what this car is going to end up at. So we really felt that the new chassis was what we needed to go back and continue to set the bar higher and break new barriers and push the diesel industry forward. This was start from scratch. We've been working with David Reese and Reese Brothers Race Cars. We met him actually through radial tire racing when we were down at Ducks Race. Told them kind of what our goals were and dreams were, and he said he thinks that he could build us a car that could get the job done, So we've seen his other cars go together and go out and be successful. We started from scratch, ground up build. We had to choose a body, and we were wanting to stay Mopar. The Duster body seemed to be the best body that we all agreed on that we could get on board with. So we chose the Duster body because it's stays a Mopar with the Cummins platform that's in there. And then they built the car pretty much ground up. They powder coated the frame. They had his guy do the paint work, did fantastic. They got the engine mounted. So now we're going to take the car back, and we still have all the fuel plumbing, turbo plumbing, oil, nitrous, and then Modern Racing is doing the wiring harness. We're doing a Bosch 25 Sport ECU, a PVX power box, and a DDU10 display. That stuff through Extra G Performance is helping us with the standalone ECU, and then also doing the fuel system for us. Well, the idea Originally, we were heavily considering orange. The main reason that steered us away from it was strictly because it's such a popular color with race cars, and we were trying to just be a little different. And the purple is really a Mopar purist color that comes back from the Plum Crazy, but I wanted something that had a little bit more spice to it, so we started with that range of color. And the painter that Reese Brothers is using, I worked with him, and he kept sending us samples, adding metallic, a couple different flavors. He did really well and kind of listened to what we were looking for. We ended up with a custom color that's just phenomenal. Yeah, well, this car really, it's for everybody to enjoy. We're trying to push the diesel platform forward all together. Obviously, for us at Firepunk, you want to win races, you want to win rounds, you want to bring home trophies, but all together, the whole diesel industry wins when cars on this level can go out and compete with a PDRA Pro Boost class or a Pro Mod class of some kind, because we really want to try to get into some of these mainstream platforms. That's why we want to get the car out, let people look at it and dream about it, because it's fun to get everybody excited about it, because everybody follows the build and follows the process, because everybody loves the diesel power plant. That's at least here, So we're just hoping to get the industry excited about pushing ourselves forward. I really think we'll probably run both of Duck's Lights Out and No Mercy. We'll probably run RVW. And then I'd really like to be able to get into some PDRA Pro Boost classes, maybe even run some unlimited big tire classes. We'll see, we did that with the S10. We ran some No Prep Kings. That was a fun thing to do, to show up and run in the unlimited big tire class, No Prep Kings. But I don't want to just show up at PDRA and need a handicap to be able to run with those guys. Until we go run with that, I want to go out and get the car figured out. It might take us a year or two to get the transmission configuration figured out and try to get our times, horsepower, power plant, to where we can go out and run with the Pro Boost guys. If we can do that, I'll show up and we'll try to make the field. And I really think that we can have something really cool if we can go out and run with those guys and make a field and be in the mix with them. Not at all. I mean, when we started this, it was you bought a truck because you needed it for work, and it just evolves, and we've had customers that have given us good opportunities to build really cool stuff, and then it gives us the more motivation to build something better, go faster. For us to be able to progress into this level, it's kind of a dream come true, but this was not something that 10 years ago I wouldn't even have wanted this. I wanted my street truck to go 10s. Right. And then once you get that, and then you want to go like, well, how do you go faster? And then you have to go lighter, and then you build a race car, and then now we're here. Yeah, well, obviously we've always worked with D&J Precision on our engine platform. They've been very instrumental in developing a new platform. Every time we reach a new horsepower level that tears up more parts, they figure out how to make better parts and make the engine platform stronger. We work with Exergy Performance on the fuel systems. They've always provided us with injectors and CP3s, and the Bosch standalone system is who we've worked with for them. And then we have Hot Shot Secret on board that does all our fluids. They have really stepped up to the plate in the last couple of years with always working with us when we go to the dyno. They're taking oil samples, oil analysis, making sure that they've got the best lubricants for our engine, our transmission, and our rear end. And now they also are providing race fuel for us. Then we have Nitrous Express. They always help us out. Rossel Transmissions has helped us. Deal Chance Converters. We just really have a really big team of good, hardcore race companies that have always been willing to pitch in and help, provide products to our program so that we can run at the forefront of the diesel industry. Well, I'm hoping June 2nd and June 3rd at the Ultimate Callout Challenge Outlaw Diesel Revenge race in Indy. That is the goal still, but we've got 40 days and we've got a lot of work to do. So obviously if we get the thing all together, all systems are working and the testing goes well, we'll be racing it at UCC. But I know anytime that you have a new build that cuts time that close, it just takes one thing to go wrong and it'll be on display there. But either way, the car will be there. Hopefully we'll be making laps. But I can't promise it because I haven't seen it run yet. Moving forward, if you guys want to follow this build and our race progress, we'll be putting videos up on the Firepunk Diesel YouTube channel. I'll also be posting reels on my personal Facebook page, Levon D. Miller. And then also we have Instagram and TikTok. We try to put content on there periodically, so catch us on the socials and on YouTube and follow along.